Today is the 7th of September 2023. I'm on day 36 of my Lion Diet Challenge, where I'm trying to eat only beef, water and salt for 1 year. Today, I don't feel as good as yesterday. The pollution is still around. It's been there all night. It's quite heavy today. My brain is a bit more confused. I'm not talking so well. My tongue is hurting more. My tongue seems swelled more. So I'm not talking so well. But I found it harder walking today. More aches and pains. My ears going blocked, which happens to me when the pollution comes in. My lymph nodes are hurting. And I'm not so good. But I'll still do the video. So if I'm not talking so well, don't worry about it. I'll show you a map of how bad the pollution is at the moment, at this exact time I'm talking. I'll also just did a video to show the smog, so I'll include that on as well. Quite bad today. Lots of that old pollution about there. That's the smog which you get, and it does get a lot worse. Sometimes you can't even see them hills in the distance. Sometimes you can't see them, it's so bad. On a clear day, you'll see them easy. Caffeine. Caffeine is a toxin. It's designed to kill any predators to the plant. Now, little small insects who eat the caffeine, it attacks the nervous system and they will just shake and whatever till they die. They just go into it like a seizure. Now, to us, it gives us a funny effect where we think we feel good, but really it's releasing like stress, adrenaline and stuff in the body, fight or flight. So it's actually like a bit of it, can cause a bit of anxiety, make you a bit hyper. Whoa, talking fast, wait, I want to do this, I want to do that. Jittery. And people feel a lot more alive in it, but it's not giving you more energy really. And once you start drinking it regularly, the first time you drink it, you might feel amazing. Whoa. But when you get used to it, it becomes that you need to take the coffee just to feel normal. Without the coffee, you're going to be feeling exhausted. You wake up, like you got a hangover, I need my coffee, gotta get my coffee. And you feel rough until you drink your coffee. Then you feel okay again. But you haven't got that great effect when you first started the coffee. When you start to think, this is amazing, I want to do it, take more of this. No, you just end up feeling normal. Now when I first became a carnivore and I was on the Facebook groups and reading about caffeine, should I be drinking coffee? And I'm surprised how many people were still drinking it. I think recently more carnivores are realising they shouldn't be doing it. But you still got the people like Canberry and Bart K who like the cup. But I think more and more are realising they shouldn't do it and it'd be better without it, which they would be. They definitely would be. There's no point just trying to give up a month of caffeine. You need to give it up a good while till you become properly like yourself again, feeling good again, really good without it. Otherwise, you're just dependent on the drug. There's lots of drugs can make you feel great. Cocaine and speed, you can make you really hyper. But that doesn't mean they're good for you. Coffee's not good for you. I don't care how many Personally, my opinion, I don't care how many studies there are showing how good coffee is. It's not. There's hundreds of studies showing how bad meat is. So why do the carnivore people think all the studies saying meat are bad are wrong, but all the studies saying coffee are good are right? It's obviously funded by coffee manufacturers. Because when you look at the real facts about the coffee, what it's doing to you, and how bad the caffeine toxin is, why would you be ingesting it? You wouldn't. So, live and let live. I'm not going to say anything bad about any carnivores who drink coffee. I'm not going to think anything bad about them. But at the end of the day, it would be better to not drink it, in my opinion. And not just a month test to see if you feel any better or not. I think you need a lot longer than a month, because it does lots of bad things to the body, and it doesn't take a month to recover from drug abuse, basically. It doesn't take a month to recover from it. So anyway, when we were young, the difference between when I was young and what it's like today. When I was a youngster, I wasn't allowed to drink tea or coffee. I don't think I ever drank any till I was about 15. My parents used to say, no, you're too young, you can't drink it. So why was that? Why were they saying that? Well, kids now today, they seem to be allowed to have all... Like, I know I used to drink Coke. I can't remember if there was caffeine in Coke when I was a youngster. Like, I was born in 1965, I'm 58 now, so I'm not sure about that. But we were also restricted with how much sweets or chocolates we could eat. The knowledge was that sugar's bad for you, and we were restricted from eating too much. Nowadays, the government seem to be pushing that it's okay to eat high carbs and have sugar. They're putting sugar in all the foods. When I was young, we knew sugar was bad. It was like, now we're putting it in everything. The other thing, in my generation, when I was born, my parents and my grandparents, they always used to tell me about the benefits of meat, and the benefits of liver especially. They used to say how healthy meat was for you. We used to have meat every meal, meat and 2 veg. That's in the UK, that was normal, meat and 2 veg. Vegans, there was just a tiny number of people doing vegans, and they were all white as a ghost and skinny. Nobody thought vegan was any good, only vegans. But the food companies have latched onto this tiny percentage of people, the plant food companies, and come up with this idea how to villainize meat. And they've got the governments on board with backhanders or whatever they get. I know they give donations to governments. Now, I used to trust the governments. I used to trust the governments said about foods. I don't know more. I remember I used to buy corned beef. I used to like a tin of corned beef, add it to my potatoes or whatever. I remember one day it tasted different. I thought, what the hell's gone wrong with this corned beef? And I used to check labels of food when I used to buy food, so I looked at it. Sugar. I was probably straight on it as soon as they started adding sugar. I thought, what are they adding sugar to meat for? I just couldn't get over it. Well, now I know it's obvious. They're just trying to get people more addicted to sugar. More addicted. And, the worst, like it is like a crime against humanity, the way I look at it now, is that the food companies giving donations to the governments, and the food companies business people have also got companies selling the drugs, the medical companies selling drugs. So the recommendations of what to eat has gone more and more carb-based. It's okay to eat like high carb is being recommended now, and low meat. Give up the meat. The food companies have managed to get their hyper unhealthy foods, which should be banned, but they managed to get them to be put on sale, even though they should have a warning this is extremely bad for health. And they've managed to put loads of propaganda trying to make out the beef is bad for the health. And probably in their opinion, they should have warnings this is bad for your health. But their foods are the ones that are causing the problems and making people ill. There was no diabetes around when I was young. Never heard of anyone getting diabetes. Diabetes was a terrible illness. Now kids are getting it. Because the foods, the diets now they feed them are so bad, the kids are getting diabetes. And instead of the government, which they used to recommend, to go on a low carbohydrate diet, no, it's okay to eat the high carbs. You just need to take insulin. It's like as if they've the new propaganda is diabetes isn't that bad. We can treat you with insulin. It's not a bad disease as long as you have the insulin. And it's okay to, even the diabetes recommendations, they still seem to eat carbohydrates. It's mind-boggling what's going on in this world. So it's just, like I said, what we were brought up with, all the chips in the chip shops, right, were made, fried in beef fat or lard, pig fat. And that's the way all my parents, my grandparents used to fry their chips. Then all of a sudden in the 80s, all this new fats came along to fry in this new fats and demonizing beef fat, demonizing saturated. It's just propaganda bullshit. It's all it is. Now, all the chip shops changed to vegetable fats. And the government's allowing all this to happen, also allowed a whole population of their country to become much more unhealthy. And this is what's happened, and the governments, they don't care as long as they're getting donations from the food companies, donations from the medical companies, backhanders here, backhanders there, whatever's going on, I don't know. I'm not saying I know for sure, but it's my opinion. And that's what seems to be happening here. And all these false studies to demonize meat. And false studies to say how great plant foods are. And all the kids are being brainwashed. So when I was young, we were being told the truth about foods, how healthy meat and milk was. We used to have milk in school every morning. There used to be have little bottles of milk for the children because it was so healthy. Now they're trying to demonize the milk. All the healthy food they're demonizing, and all the unhealthy food they're saying is good for you. And what have they done to all the health of the population now by doing that? They've made it terrible. And who has benefited from it? The food industries and the drug companies. You only got to put two and two together. Anyway, that's my little rant for today. I hope you enjoy the videos I'm doing. If you do like them, like and subscribe, as they say, and even write a comment. I'll probably reply to you. And it will get my videos noticed by more people. And you can follow my Lion Diet Challenge, where hopefully the pollution will drop soon, my brain will work better, and I'll be getting some even better content out there. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.